Mm. So it's
So how are you going to get to Waterloo?
oh um I'm a tourist, so I don't have a problem, Jude.
Because no matter what you build, you must be able to see St. Paul's. You must never obscure the view of that building.
Wow. So you must never build above the height of St. Paul's
Or in a
Cathedral
sight line.
so that it can be seen from afar within the vicinity. That is
And most
brilliant.
people don't question it.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Most planning
So-
regulations get questioned by one person or another, but that one seems to stick.
Have stuck. Yeah. And this regulation was put in place after the fire, you think? Or it had.
I'm not sure. I think
Okay.
probably LCC on the council.
Ah.
Well, they didn't have planning until late 19th century. Town planning. It was just sort of architecture writ large. And up until about 1970, it was architecture writ large, of what we now call urban design. In about 19... It was the main market square for medieval London.
Oh, I see. And what, when you say medieval, for
1200.
wow, so it was known for medieval era. So this
But it
particular
didn't-
St. Paul's courtyard, or just the vicinity?
Paternoster Square.
Ah. So,
But the original church was just a sort of basilica church.
oh,
But in London, the church burned down. This one was built.
wow. Oh, so it wasn't this structure before, it was rebuilt after it got burned down.
Yeah, the London fire.
Wow. How many years ago is this? Like 50? 50 years? Hundreds?
500.
500 years ago. Oh, wow. Wow. So the previous building here, was it church?
It was a church, always been a church.
A church. Okay. And was it also called St. Paul's?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is a rebuilt of the original St. Paul's
1666.
1666.
Most of London burned down.
Wow.
Great fire.
From a war
No.
related?
No, from a candle, or
Candle?
something like that. It was old times.
And the entire London got burned down.
Most of it.
Most of it.
What caused the London fire? A bakery belonging to the
no.
King's Baker.
Moddington
He
King's Baker.
initially, he believed he put out the fire
Yeah.
after spark from his oven lit fuel in his kitchen, but unfortunately he didn't.
And from his bakery oven, a fire
Yeah, because all
started.
the houses were built from wood and stone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So from
Caught fire
that,
real quickly.
wow. And it burned most part of London.
Yeah,
Wow.
most of the city, what's
Wow.
now the city of London.
London. Wow.
And, so Sir Christopher Wren was invited in to rebuild the place, and he had this great plan. But all the people who owned the property said, "You're not taking my property just to make a street and things like that."
Yeah.
Which is why the city of London still has this incredibly complicated street pattern.
So those that refuse to allow
All of them.
all of them,
refused,
that's it,
basically.
that's it. They stood their ground.
Yeah.
They stood their ground. That is beautiful. I never knew this story.
There's a museum.
Oh.
That's why I was surprised to find there was an Earl of St. Vincent in the Caribbean.